All right. Welcome, good people. Welcome, Steeler fans, Steeler Nation. Welcome to the latest episode of Terrible Towel Tuesday. I am your host, SimFBallCritic, live from the virtual Heinz Field down in the Steel basement. How's everybody doing tonight, man? Listen, I'm a little bit late tonight, as you guys can tell by the time. I try to be on time. I try to make sure I'm here at 7:30. You know, my day job ran a little long, man, so it ran me a little past my time. So I figured I would extend the start time about 15 minutes. So here we are at 7:45. Hopefully I didn't put you guys too far out of your schedule, man. I do definitely apologize for that. But we're here. We are here, guys, and I'm ready to get at it. Got a couple little things to talk about tonight, man. Of course, you guys know how we do here on Terrible Towel Tuesday. Talk about a few things. You know, we may mention the upcoming opponent, but we typically do that on the pregame show. I didn't get to the pregame show last week. Had some things going on over the weekend, so I apologize for that. But I should be able to make that happen this weekend as we talk about the Bengals. But other than that, man, a couple little quick things, and then we dive into the film, all right? Now, speaking of the film, I got something a little different that I'll be doing tonight. Nothing too crazy, but I will explain that to you guys in a moment as far as how we're going to approach the film. But again, first and foremost, I want to say hello to everyone. How's everyone doing? Let's get that part in and out of the way. Let's talk to all of the early commenters. What's up to Drama Sidell 187, Rajon 39, C. Antoine Hill, Dorian Brinson, Jason Winningham, James Ramsey, Inform 80, Bill C 117, Verducci Man, Mike G, Vista Light, my father-in-law Leonard. How you doing, Leonard? Miss Lanisha, hello, Miss Lanisha. How you doing this evening? Jordan Mid, Kyle Smith, and Noah Aguilar. Jordan, I already said Jordan Mid. Patrick Covington Jr. What's going on, Pat? I haven't seen you in a while. And Zuami M. And we'll leave it there. Anybody's name I didn't read is nothing personal, guys. You know, I just don't want to, waste you guys' time too long reading names, right? All right, so a couple things we got to talk about. And y'all know one of the biggest things we're going to talk about, but let me grab my notes. Few things we got to talk about really quick, man, and then we'll get into the film. First and foremost, Mike Tomlin said that there's some guys that we should expect to be back against the Bengals. You know, guys who are dealing with injuries. Those guys are. We all should know by now. But Mike Hilton, Tyson Alualu, and Derek Watt. You know, as of right now, those guys are scheduled to get in some work this week. Now, we got to be cautious. Same thing we heard last week, right? Particularly a guy like Mike Hilton. This is his second week that we're approaching this. You know, of course, with Tyson Alualu, with his situation, he got hurt that week. So, his would have been up for grabs. But Hilton, however, had already, he was going into the second week approaching. So this one would be very, very, very interesting to see if Hilton gets back on the field. Excuse me. And Derek Watt, he's been dealing with a couple things here and there. I know he had a hamstring. I cannot remember if his current injury is more than the hamstring. So if it is, my apologies, Derek Watt. I just can't remember exactly what you're dealing with. But, hopefully he'll get back. Because again, maybe we can run some sets with the fullback. We haven't done it much. We didn't do it much even when Rosie Nix was there. But Derek Watt is definitely a good special teams contributor. So I would like to see him back on the field. Tomlin also said no real injuries. No real injuries, nothing significant to talk about. His phrase is bumps and bruises associated with the game, but nothing really to talk about post Cowboys. So that's great. That's always great news. But there's some news that I don't think you guys really want to talk about. And let's dive into it. So let's start with Vance McDonald. We now know, most of us now know that Vance McDonald has tested positive for COVID-19. And unfortunately, COVID-19 is that thing that's just been a thorn in everyone's side. Again, I'm dealing with it on a personal level, not me personally, not, in my household, but, people very near and dear to me, my mother and father being two of those people. My mom's doing better. For anybody who's wondering, she's doing better. I believe she got another antibody treatment today. My brother was telling me that, the doctor said she's going to be fine and all of that. And my dad is being my dad. His never got to a point where he needed to go to the hospital. He's not eating as much. So that's a little thing to be concerned about. I really believe that the appetite thing is associated with it. But the best news is that they seem to be getting better. Of course, I would much rather my mom to eventually get out of the hospital before we can start, talking about being out, out of the woods. But, the fact that everything is encouraging, great. I'm happy to hear that. So, and again, thank you to all of you all that, showed showered me with prayers and good wishes and all of that. Definitely appreciate that. But to stick to that topic, Vance McDonald. Okay, Vance McDonald comes down with it. And what makes it interesting, remember, guys, last week, Vance McDonald showed up on, the injury list. Or not really the injury list, but he showed up on the list of guys who didn't practice, right? And it said illness. So it's funny, man, because as soon as you see that in today's climate, you have to start thinking about, oh, man, it's Corona, right? Even Kenyon texted me, him and Tony, in the group chat, and we were texting saying, man, I wonder if, you do think by any chance that that's what's happening? And then it comes to find out he plays, right? So he plays. So obviously he did not test negative because I don't know if everybody knows this, but, they said that players, I believe, are tested Saturday and Sunday. And if I remember correctly, I think Tomlin said it has somewhat of a 24-hour lag. So it's kind of like the test that you do, because I don't know if they're doing the immediate result test. Doesn't seem like it from what Tomlin said a couple weeks ago. But maybe right now they might be. I don't know. But anyway, however we want to phrase it, Vance McDonald didn't show symptoms of COVID leading up to the game, per Mike Tomlin, as well as he tested negative. Now, I know some people could play, the whole, of course he's going to say that. Somebody could probably say that. But again, there's officials that's doing this. I'm pretty sure it's not just left up to the team. There's NFL officials that are helping with the testing and all of that. So nobody could really fudge the test. You understand what I'm saying? So he plays. And then come to find out, we find out post-game, he tested positive. So, of course, you immediately start thinking, wow, who else was he around? Not only on our team, but, against the Cowboys. Because we saw, he caught one pass, if I remember correctly, but Vance was on the field. A couple of you guys pointed out in the post-game show that Vance McDonald missed a block on that 4th and 1. And I did go back and watch that, and we'll actually watch that tonight. So he played. So then, again, in my mind, I'm thinking, so who was affected by this? I was really concerned by who could possibly be affected. And lo and behold, guys, we hear today 4 players from the Pittsburgh Steelers have been put on the COVID reserve list. And this doesn't mean they have it, okay? It doesn't mean they have it. This list basically means that they've come in contact with someone that has it and they need to be in quarantine and go through the protocol, or they've tested positive themselves. And I think the league and the teams have done a good job with not really saying who has and who doesn't. Some come out. Some of them come out. Again, we know about Vance and we know about other players. But for guys who just go on the list, they're kind of not really saying exactly why. But here are the names. Jalen Samuels, Gerald Hawkins, Vince Williams, and yes, the leader of the pack, Big Ben Roethlisberger. So immediately you start thinking, what does this mean? So, of course, I started listening to reports and, reading articles and things like that. And you listen to what Tomlin says. Basically, these guys are going to have to be away from the facility. Tomlin said they've made some audibles where they're now going to do a lot of things virtually, even their post-practices. Their meetings after practice will be virtual. Guys who need treatment will kind of rotate. So they're being very careful and cautious. Then there were some sources that came out saying that Ben Roethlisberger has not tested positive. All of the sources are saying that he's negative. But again, obviously he's probably was in close proximity, to Vance. Now it makes me wonder, how close was Vince Williams? How close was Gerald Hawkins? How close was Jalen Samuels? It makes you wonder, well, how do you identify these guys? Which brings me to another point. Is it just all because of Vance McDonald? Or is it other reasons why these guys are on that list? You understand what I'm saying? So it does make you wonder, like, you would think Vance McDonald was in close proximity, close contact with the entire offense. You understand what I'm saying? As well as some defensive players if you throw Vince Williams in there. I don't know where his locker is. I don't know where his locker was in Dallas, but it's, you know what I'm saying? How do you decide if all of these guys are being put on that list for precautionary reasons? How do you decide who are the most in danger, or, you know, or the most exposed, if you will? I don't know. But needless to say, guys, right now we're dealing with a situation where these guys are going to be getting tested daily. From what Tomlin said and from what I read, I think these guys have to go through like a 4 or 5 day, quarantine, if you will, and they have to continue to test negatively. And if they continue to test negatively throughout that process, they have a chance to play against the Bengals. Of course, Tomlin said, again, Tomlin gives you a lot of cliches, but you guys got to read between the line. And I believe, in my personal opinion, Tomlin keeps things very, very surface and allow you to dive in. You read between the lines, and it's safe. It's very safe answers. He's not giving you too much. He's not giving you too little. But for those of you guys who have that, that third eye, if you will, and can kind of, you can always tell what Tomlin is saying. So even when he says that some of these guys that may have a chance to play are more seasoned and some aren't, then come on. We already know Ben ain't got to practice not one time this week and he would play. You understand what I'm saying? And perhaps a guy like Vince Williams as well. So that's where we are. So before we get into the film, let me throw something at you guys that you might not want to hear. I see, hello, Miss Debbie. How you doing? Got to always take time to say hello to the ladies in the chat. I see Debbie popped up there. Here's something I'm going to throw at you guys really quick that y'all ain't going to like. Let me take a sip of water. As you can see, shameless plug here, and I'm not plugging them. I'm just saying, got my Yeti. This thing is phenomenal for you guys who have one, For you guys that don't, I'm telling you, you can keep ice in this thing all day. It's beautiful, especially if you're the type that drinks water and cold beverages. Yeah, And I imagine it does the same for hot stuff. I haven't put anything hot in here, but I've been drinking a lot of the, creating my own alkaline water, if you will. I've been putting, not right now, but later tonight, putting the whole lemon in there and juice, So that's kind of what the Yeti is. It's a lot easier to do it in there than to squeeze it into a bottle or whatever. But anyway, let me get off of that. Are y'all ready for the news? First, let me give you some partial, some slightly less bad news. Maybe not even that bad of news if you really think about it. On defense, if Vince Williams can't play, that means Avery Williamson will get a lot of reps. Since Mike Tomlin also mentioned that Avery Williamson will get a lot of physical reps, is how he phrased it, to be ready to go. Now, I'm not as upset about that because, again, let's think about this for a moment. What we do know about Avery Williamson is he's a tackle machine. What we also know is that, this guy could probably play as well as Vince Williams. I don't know, maybe slightly better. I don't know. I haven't analyzed him. But you're not losing much, especially since Robert Spillane is the guy wearing the green dot, right? So you're not even taking the backup communicator off the field. And I have to say backup in quotes because we know Devin Bush would be the guy. But Spillane clearly has made a lane for himself with his play. He's a signal caller for the most part. So being able to interchange Vince Williams with an Avery Williamson, not that much of a loss, guys. It's not that much. But here's the one you guys are not gonna like. I gotta laugh myself because when I said this to Kenyon and Tony earlier, Kenyon said, "Sim, that's not funny," but it is. Do you guys realize if it comes down to Ben Roethlisberger not being able to play, guess who's going to be the starting quarterback? I'll give you one hint. It's not Josh Dobbs. Mason Rudolph, the I messed that up. I was about to say the red-nosed quarterback, but the red-nosed reindeer. Rudolph, baby. Mason Rudolph could very well be starting in 2020 at week 10 of the NFL season at Heinz Field. That's the only good news, right? It's at Heinz Field if it happens. But this is a real possibility. Let me dive into it for a second, man. Then I swear we'll get to the film. Oh, let me tell you something. Mad 513, it ain't gonna be Dobbs over Mason Rudolph. Listen, guys. Quick story. This is the same thing I told my father-in-law Leonard here. I told him this during the game last week when Rudolph came in. And let me just, sum it up really quickly. Excuse me. Some of us have taken the position of we hate Rudolph. He's no good. He's never going to pan out, right? I say us because we're all family here. All of us in the community. All of us in, still a nation. All of you guys that watch the show. Some of us is also taking the position of, well, he's shown flashes. Give him some more playing time. Let's see, right? And others, some of us are also taking this position. I've actually taken two positions. My position would be what I just said, and this third position of contractually, the Steelers are not getting rid of this guy this soon. Let me explain this to you. The Steelers spent a third-round pick on Mason Rudolph. Whether we think he was a great pick or not is irrelevant. What do the Steelers think, right? And what does business tell you? Guys, this is a business, okay? This is the NFL. You hit sometimes, you bust sometimes. But you definitely don't walk out on your investment so soon. Sometimes you probably should have, but it makes you feel better, okay? It makes you pat yourself on the back a little bit better and say, well, we tried. But to have to face your pride and let a guy go so soon, that's admitting that you failed. There's not many GMs and organizations that are going to do that, folks. It's the same reason why Artie Burns played out his contract. A number one pick. Now, of course, it's different, a first round pick than a third round. But again, that came into play there, right? Could also be the reason, I know this ain't fair because this guy has been playing good football since last season. Could also be the reason why they didn't give up on Bud Dupree. We can all agree that Bud wasn't really Bud those first few years. Not until that contract here, right? We can all agree that stud Dupree never showed up. Barely was Bud. He was more like Dud Dupree. We know that, right? But the Steelers weren't going to part away from him so fast, guys. They're not throwing away that investment because you can't do that as a business. It hurts. So let's bring it back to Mason Rudolph. They kept saying that this guy projected as a number one. Oh, this guy could be a number one. First rounder. We believe we got a steal. What happens? First season, he sits down behind Ben Roethlisberger. Second season, he has to come in and play. And, whether he was prepared or not, we can all argue that, right? We all know what we hate and like about Rudolph. Let's be clear. All of us here, whether you're for him or against him, I think we all can recognize where he's good at or decent at, let's say, and where he's absolutely bad at. I don't think there's an argument there. But look at it from the Steelers' perspective. Again, business guys, not us, not the fans, business. They're going to look at it like last year was, oh, man, we weren't expecting for him to play yet. He had some decent games before he got hurt in the Baltimore game. He comes back, doesn't play that well. We pull him, and let Duck fill in for him, right? Duck plays decent for a while, and then he starts looking crazy. Rudolph comes in the Jet game and looks good in that game. Threw a dart down the sideline. Right? Gets hit again, goes out. So, of course, they're going to look at that like we haven't really seen what this guy can do. On top of that, if we're talking about later on in the offseason, no preseason this year. But all I'm trying to say, guys, there's no way that you because me and Leonard had this conversation Sunday. Why would we go into the season with Rudolph? Guys, the Steelers were not drafting a quarterback last draft. I'm sorry to tell you that. Especially with not having a first-round pick. They weren't going to quote-unquote waste a draft pick on a quarterback. Meaning They weren't going to get that guy. They weren't going to get one of the first rounders. See what I'm saying? So you got to look at the situation from that perspective and say, okay. But just maybe, if nothing pans out this year, maybe they part ways after this season with him having 3 full seasons in. But don't count on it, folks. Don't count on it. Because also where the business side comes into play, it's cheap. He's cheap. And you're expecting Ben Roethlisberger to stay upright. I'm just trying to explain to you guys how they do quarterbacks. Listen, y'all know we've been watching the Steelers for a long time. And most of us, you could say, let's just stick with the modern era. Let's say since Ben Roethlisberger. Look at the type of backups we've had. Charlie Batch, serviceable. But at one point, people wasn't clamoring for Charlie Batch. Don't even act like they were. Byron Leftwich, serviceable. But people weren't cheering, yay, we got Byron Leftwich. You see what I'm saying? And my dog is going crazy because my son and my daughter just came home. Son and my wife. Whoa, am I foreshadowing there, folks? Is there a daughter in the future? Probably not, but that's weird. Why did I say that? But anyway, you might hear him going off for a second. Here's the thing. Look at the quarterbacks that we've had in our history, and when have we really had great quarterbacks as a backup? Dennis Dixon, anyone? I'm just saying. So you have to kind of look at the Steelers' history and understand why one Mason Rudolph is still on the roster. Just saying. Some things they've changed, other things they have not. Some things are still the Steeler way. Unfortunately. That's all I got. Sorry, guys. Oh, y'all laughing at me. Yeah, that was weird, right? It's like you're talking things up. Sorry, guys. That's all I got on that, man. And I know I spent a decent amount of time there. Mason Rudolph and Avery Williamson could very well be contributors and big factors in this game. Hey, it's the Bengals. I'm not going to sell them short. And listen, we would have thought we would have rolled over the Cowboys. I mean, there's probably a loss somewhere. It's going to happen at some point in this season. I'm just glad that we're continuing to win. I mean, when you get 8 wins, the likelihood of you not getting 2 or 3 more is just not likely. And the reason why I say that, 10 wins is we're in the playoffs with 10 wins. I strongly believe that. We'll see. We got to keep our eyes on others. But I think the Steelers are definitely going to make the playoffs. So at this point, man, unless we're really trying to play for that number 1 position, I don't know if we get that. We still got some decent matchups coming up. But, if Roethlisberger can't go, and this could be the game that we drop, man, but just because the offense, you know what I mean? I'm just putting things in perspective. Do I think we can beat the Bengals? Of course. Especially if Ben is out there, but I'm just saying, let's be prepared if we find out that Ben can't play. Then there you have it. Speaking of that, the doctors did say that Ben actually, it was some concern on both knees, but, doesn't appear to be anything. So that's interesting. I thought it was more so just his left leg that he was favoring, but I think he dodged a bullet there, man. So happy to hear that. But let's get into this film, guys. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Let me take another sip of water. Anytime you go sipping your water, you got some truth and honesty you have to say. Shout outs to Solarverse for the donation, man. I appreciate that. Y'all want me to be transparent? My last 2 days have been extremely busy. Extremely. Listen, I didn't finish my day job today till about 7 o'clock. Just to give you guys some backstory, I'm in management now, and with that comes way more responsibility. Now, I got compensated rather nicely. Can't be mad about that. Just being honest and putting it out there to you guys. I can't be mad at that. But what comes with that is more responsibility, and you work beyond your normal hours sometimes. And the last 2 days have been a little wild, but it's okay. For the bag. I'll do that for the bag. I took the new position back on October 1st. So, I'm still getting my feet wet and all of that. However, because of the last 2 days with that and just other things, I ain't watched no film. and you see that I got very unprofessional with y'all right there. And I said, I ain't watching no film. I ain't even say it correctly. I'm going to just say it Ebonics way. I ain't watching no film this week. I ain't had the chance. I'm being honest. So what we going to do, we going to watch these plays together. Literally. I'm just going to just stop and pick a few and we'll watch them on the fly. And hey, maybe y'all like it like that. But also what I would do with you guys, I'll let y'all tell me which play to show. Hey, go look at that. Go look at that. All right. And we'll kick it. Y'all know on Tuesdays, we don't really get to the calls, man. So we'll spend the majority of the time right here and let's do it. Let's pull it up, man. Let's pull it up. Make sure it's showing up. You guys give me the virtual thumbs up when y'all can see it. Make sure we good. And then we'll have at it. But yeah, man. Your boy ain't watched no film, man. I'm just being real with y'all. I told y'all this ain't my day job, man. If it was, I ain't gonna lie. I wish I could be like the good people over there at Steelers Depot. Shout outs to Alex Kozor and Dave Bryan. I wish I could do this. I wish I could just do this for a living, but this ain't, I'm just not at that point. So it is what it is. All right, y'all let me know y'all can see everything, man. We're gonna let it hold tight here for just a moment. Y'all say we good. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. So let's see what we got, man. Obviously, we ain't watching that play. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. And like I said, I'm going to just randomly pick stuff. You guys jump in whenever y'all want, man. I'll come back and check the chat from time to time. And if, actually, hold on. Give me a second. Let me move my software over a little bit over there to where I can see the chat. Yeah, here we go. And let me make sure it's still showing up to you guys. Yeah, okay. So where I can see the chat and then also, see the footage. Cousin Floyd, yeah, I'll do that. Let's the early one, right? Wasn't that early? So let's see if we can find that. I think that was on our first drive. And again, some of you guys I know are new viewers, so just to give y'all history there, you'll notice me and him call each other Floyd. It's long story, but that's Cousin Floyd right there that says show the blatant pass interference, the miscall on Claypool, which I believe was see if I can find it here. I think it was right here on 3rd and 7. We'll see if we can see anything. I mean, we saw it. We saw it in game, but let's see what we can see. Because Claypool should have drawn 2 of those, by the way. All right, so here we are. This is the one where we're going down the right sideline here. Look, you can see it right there. You're all over him right there. Let's slow it down. Look. Look at this. I'll point it out when the contact happens. Right there. He all over Claypool right there. All over him. We saw it in real time. No call. And see, this is the thing that cracks me up. And I don't think we're going to get a good look at it from the end zone view. But let me show you something really quick. Let's pause it here. There's a referee right there, even though he's kind of running down with the play. But then there's also a guy right here. Like, look, this dude is literally looking at that interaction. Literally. Like, the perspective he has, he would be able to see Jordan Lewis's arms impeding Claypool. There's no way you missed that call. And again, I will say, if they choose to let it play out like this every week, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that if y'all are going to let it. But we know we've seen way less than this get called. And that's where I have an issue. But yeah, that's pass interference, man. And that's not, look, his hand was still on him right there. That is a catchable ball. Let's see if it shows us anything. I don't know if we're going to get the interaction here, but, what the heck? Let's see. Somebody said, yo, chill, Steelers still won. I don't know if you're referring to me or not, but no, you can't chill, man. You got to point out, that's just like, oh, yeah, here we go. We got all kinds of action right there, boss. About that action, boss. Look at this. Look. He all over him. Boy got his arm around his waist. His head is like he's facing Claypool, like looking this way. My man ain't playing. Oh, and by the way, this guy is looking back. He's not playing the ball. What? Look. Well, Claypool kind of pushed his head there. Y'all saw that? So maybe that's why the ref let it go. But no, I think the contact was initiated by Lewis. I think this was Lewis. And boom. And he's holding him. But just to get back to my man, he said, let it go, chill, they still won. That don't mean nothing. That's just like when coaches go into the film room and you won by 30 and they still point out the problem. You got to still point it out, regardless if they won or not. All right, let's see what else, guys. Let's see what else I can find. That might be worth it. Again, I'm just skimming through. Oh, we got to look at this right here. 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. And our main man, Cam Sutton, gave up a huge reception here. Let's see how it happened. Oh, that's straight man. Folks. Y'all see that? That's straight up man coverage right there. Let's go back. Straight up man coverage. Cam Sutton just gave up outside. He's already lined up. He's, inside leverage right here. He's basically playing the inside shoulder of, who was this? Was that Cooper that caught that? Yeah, it was Cooper. So look. And here's the thing. Clearly he's protecting the inside. Because, now let me explain to you why he might have done this. And again, let's be fair. Every decent defensive play don't work, okay? Every cornerback has been burnt, even Deion Sanders. It happens. Football is a guessing game, especially on the defensive side of the field. The receivers know where they're going. The defenders don't. You can only attempt to guess in some situations, attempt to recall film study in some situations, attempt to read the action on the field on the fly, attempt to read formation and what do you think is likely to come, right? So let me explain why this might have happened here. You got an empty set. We know what happens when we run empty set, right? Ben a lot of times is throwing the quick pass or throwing the quick slant. So maybe that's the reason why Cam Sutton is playing it to the inside. Let's continue to watch. See how he's opening up? He's opening this way, like towards Cooper, to where he's basically allowing him, he's going to have all of this. What he's not allowing him to do is cross his face. See how he's playing his shoulder inside like that? But check it out. Because he opened like that, he's still in his transition. This is a straight go. It's basically a slot fade, so to speak, even though he's not necessarily in the slot. But, yeah, it's kind of like that. It's hard to really call it slot when you have 3 guys over here, but that's basically the route he's running. Slot fade type of situation. Down the sideline, you get Gallup going short, right? And you're playing man, so automatically the corner here, can't tell if that's Nelson or, yeah, that is Nelson. Nelson is automatically going to jump the short. One reason is you're playing man. Second reason is it's 3rd and 2, right? So once you're playing man, nobody else is here. And look at the safeties. Look at the safety situation. This is what happens as well when you go empty set, because it happens when we do it to people all the time. You pull one of the safeties down, right? To match up, especially if you're running man coverage. You only leave one guy deep. Perfect call here. He's already off and running. Cam Sutton can't keep up. Amari Cooper got some wheels on him. Outstanding throw by Gilbert. Now, what's funny is in real time when you see this, because I remember when me and Leonard was watching it, I went crazy, like, what happened? But again, those guys are professionals. You understand what I'm saying? They professionals too. So, got to give it up to them. And that's when I literally was like, uh-oh. The boy Gilbert out there slinging it early. This is the first drive. They willing to let him let it fly like that? I was like, oh, this boy Gilbert might be a little better than we thought. Let's continue. Let's see what else we got. Let's look at this one. Same drive. They picked up another 20 yards. Let's see what happened here. I'll dump it in slow-mo as soon as they hike it. So we can kind of kill two birds with one stone. All right, let's see here. Oh, this was a run. Okay. Wow. Gaping hole. Look at that. Yee. Wow. That was just great blocking. I mean, ain't much you can do about that. Outstanding blocking. And let's just see, if anybody didn't hold up. Okay, perfect angle here. We basically got all of the beef on this side. So they caught it slipping. This is hat on the hat. They ran to the backside. Look at them. This might be an audible. This could very well be an audible, right? Because obviously he's doing something. So I'm thinking he may have switched to protection. Well, not protection because they ran the football, but he clearly switched the blocking. Let's see what happens here because the backside is wide open. This is hat on a hat. He's going to get him. He's going to come here. He's going to come there. There's nobody to fill this. In football, all you got to do is get to the second level, make a guy miss. But when you get this type of imbalanced situation here, look, boom. Run to the weak side, just like I just said. You see that? You're going to get down blocks by my man here. He's going to get a little reach block there. Boom. He's going to get Vince Williams. They're able to push TJ Watt wide, and that's it. That's it. And Minkah Fitzpatrick is able to get over there and make the tackle. Thank God. Thank God. That's what your safety's supposed to do. Last line of defense. Let's go back and see, man, from this angle. Wow. I mean, that was perfection. Perfection. But again, I want to give Gilbert credit because I really believe that he checked here. And I mean, there's no hope here. Once you get through here, it's a wrap. So again, sometimes you just got to give the other team credit for doing something well. You understand what I'm saying? You can't expect that your team is going to be great all the time. It just don't work like that. All right, let's keep it moving. And you guys let me know again in the chat. If I miss it, man, somebody repeat it again and again so I can see it. But, let me know if there's another play that you guys want to see. I want to try to focus on a couple of these here. Let's take a look at something that might be worth seeing. Let's see what happened here. Which I already... Oh, no. Yeah, let me show y'all this. Now, we started this drive. Let's go back to this play. 1st and 10. What was this, the second quarter? Yeah, second quarter. Look how we start this drive. And I'm going to let these plays play out, and then I'm going to show you the actual plays that I want to talk about. All right? Boom. Beautiful. Pass to Chase Claypool. Let's look at it from this angle really quick. Boom. Great stuff. Okay, let's go to the next play. Next play, we picked up 7 yards. Another little short pass, I believe, to, Anthony McFarland. We featured Anthony McFarland in the pass game here. But look at this, spreading them out. Same thing we just saw from the Cowboys. Got your empty set there. Boom. Nice, safe, quick pass to Anthony McFarland. Okay, beautiful. Next play, 2nd and 3. Oops, my bad. 2nd and 3. What we going to do here? Check it out. Little quick pass to Juju. We go ahead and get that first down, no problem. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to this. I want you to watch these plays in succession. So we come out, we go keep it in the air. We're going to run, another little quick pass to McFarland. Didn't get much. Vander Esch was on top of that. Made a man move. I mean, made a man miss. I like that. But I didn't get too much, but enough. 8 yards. 8 yards. 8 yards. Now, I'm going to let this play out. Let this play out. Now, I want you guys to remember, it is now 2nd and 2. Watch this. Watch this. Y'all see that? 2nd and 2. Let's watch it from this angle. Ah, boy, I tell you. All right. Cowboys all over that, right? Cool. Now, you have 3rd and 1. So, maybe you try your hand again. Because the middle look a little soft, right? It look a little soft right there, right? It looks a little soft. This safety bouncing around. Try it again. Nothing doing. Let's look at it from this angle. Now, let me pause it for a second. Almost the same look that the Cowboys had on us, right? When Pollard got that nice run. This is probably where you want to run. If you can get a block here, you got to make a man miss. They got this guy kind of creeping up in the box, but ain't much happening over this side, right? But let me show you. Boom. Pretty much a two-way go here because you got some room over here. You could probably slide through here, maybe slide through there. But look at how the Cowboys play it. They won the line of scrimmage. David DeCastro gets turned, and then there goes your boy Van Der Esch. Let me put it back in slow-mo. Van Der Esch reads that well. But whoever that is in the middle, who's that? Who's that? 96. Is that 96? I don't know who that is. I think Crawford is 98, I think. Well, that might be an 8. I don't know. It looks like a 96. But anyway, he kind of blows that play up. Van Der Esch scrapes over. Boom. Nothing doing. Now, what do we come back and do again? 4th and 1, people. 4th and 1. And lo and behold, it's the same look. Remember I said this in the post-game show? Same look. Like I said, that's why I brought both Randy Fichtner and Ben Roethlisberger into the office here. Look at this. And like I said, the reason why I had to bring Ben in the office, because sometimes Ben will check to the run. This don't look promising. Now, granted, you got a little bit of beef up here, especially when you got the tight end there, but I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't have ran it the same way 3 consecutive times. If you're gonna run it, it's 2 yards and then it's 1 yard. Bring in the beef for real. Don't run it out of shotgun. Let's go ahead and line up in jumbo. Whether we have a lead blocker or not, let's line up in jumbo and go get that yard. Go get them 2 yards. If you didn't get it on the first attempt, let's go get the next yard. That's all I'm saying. Again, I'm not an NFL coach. I don't always make, my opinion here. We ain't always right as fans, but come on. Come on, Ben. Come on, Fichtner. Y'all go run this back to back to back, and you can't get 2 yards? Look at this, man. And this is easy. This is easy. Easy play. But once again, David DeCastro. Let's see who else. Let's see what happened to Pouncey. Oh no, DeCastro didn't get pushed back that time. So or DeCastro. It was actually the young boy, Chooks. Chooks got dealt with right here. Watch this. Watch right here. A Okorafor got dealt with. My man right here got low. Put that leverage on him, put that shoulder on him, and blew that play up. Number 96 was crucial on that drive for the Cowboys, on that, defensive possession. Leverage, again, for the EA Sports people. I always got to throw that Madden reference in there. This is what I'm talking about. Your game does not respect leverage, physical mass, weight, momentum, relative positioning. This is what I'm talking about. My man got low. You know why? Because he knew it was 4th and 1. He got low, put that shoulder under a core 4, and drove him all the way back. Look at this again. 4th and 1. He got low, put that shoulder under a core 4, and drove him all the way back. Look at this again. 4th and 1. He got low, put that shoulder under a core 4, and drove him all the way back. Look at this again. 4th and 1. He got low, put that shoulder under a core 4, and drove him all the way back. Look at this again. 4th and 1. He got low, put that shoulder under a core 4, and drove him all the way back. Look at this again. 4th and 1. He got low, put that shoulder under a core 4, and drove him all the way back. Look at this again. 4th and 1. He got low, put that shoulder under a core 4, and drove him all the way back. Look at this again. 4th and 1. He got low, put that shoulder under a core 4, and drove him all the way back. Look at this again. 4th and 1. He got low, put that shoulder under a core 4, and drove drove him all the way back and wrecked that play. Play dead right there. Bam. And we off the field. Looked like a little face mask right there, but they didn't call it. And we turned it over. Come on, man. Bad play right there by Chooks, man. And somebody said he played his worst game. I'm going to have to check it out. We got a little more time, guys. Give me some suggestions, man, because, look, I'm a nut when it comes to this. I will continue to watch these little plays like this. So if y'all don't stop me, I'll be watching every play. So while we still got about 14 minutes, throw some plays at me, man, that you guys want to see. Like I said, my apologies, guys. I wasn't so professional this week, but I got busy. And I couldn't key in on the film and watch it the way I want to this week. But I think this is fun, too. But I want to incorporate you guys, man. Somebody said, can you take a look at the missed field goal? All right, let me see if I can find that thing. Let's do it. Barry punts. Look at that. We went 3. By the way, we went 3 and out after this too, guys. We went 3 and out right after those 3 consecutive run plays. 3 and out. All right, let me find it. Here we go. Here's the missed field goal. So this is the miss. I think this is the one you're referring to. All right, so let's look at it from this angle here. This wasn't even that deep of a field goal, bruh. Oh, no. This is the extra point. My bad. This is the extra point. Right? Yeah. This is the missed extra point. So let's watch the touchdown too. Let's go back a play before that. And see how our man got in the end zone here. James Washington. Let's take a look at that, just as a bonus. Whoa. Whoa. Y'all saw that? Woo-wee. That up and out. Well, it was in and out. So look at James Washington right here, folks. Gonna fake like he's going inside, break that thing back out. Woo, that corner. Oh no, is that a corner or the safety? Who's that lined up on him? Should be a cornerback because Washington is out wide. Broke him. Jumped the inside. Bam. Great route. Great throw by Ben Roethlisberger, and you can't be no more open than that. Have y'all noticed this year, Washington has had some wide open touchdowns, boy, I tell you. College open. He been college open on some of these joints. Dang, man, we ain't gonna get to see it. See, they don't give you the view. I wish, and this is some feedback for Game Pass, give us some more cameras. Pull that thing way back from the end zone view. I would like to see it from this perspective so you guys know what I'm talking about. This, but up. So I can see the entire field. I would like to have the bird's eye view like this, but from the end zone. Would love that. But anyway. Let's see. What else, guys? Give me something else, man. This might have been a missed. Let me see. Was this a missed field goal? All right. Here's a 54. No. We made this one. This was the 59-yarder. Let's take a look at this. Ain't nothing important to see here, but I want to show you guys one thing. Right there. That's what I want to show you. Check your boy out. My man right here, Crawford. This happened all day. All day. And we made no adjustments. And that's how he should have blocked that. I don't know how he didn't get that one. Should have blocked it. But Boswell came through with the 59-yarder. But listen, Danny Smith or whoever, this was all game. Look at this, man. All game, bruh. Every time we went to kick, that happened. So All of our kicks probably should have been blocked. All right, what else, guys? Come on. Block kicks. Let me see if I can find them, guys. But even if I don't show that, I think that illustrates what you guys probably wanted to see in terms of the block kicks, right? Am I right? That kind of shows exactly why they got blocked. Lanisha, you said show Carlos Davis. Let me see if I can find him. Let's see if we can find him somewhere. Here he is. What quarter is this? Third quarter. Let's see if we can find some Carlos Davis. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and just flip it so we can identify him. Here goes Carlos Davis right here in the middle. I haven't watched this play whatsoever. I haven't watched any of these plays, actually. Let's see. This was when the Cowboys was threatening. And we ended up holding those guys to a field goal. So this was crucial. This was definitely a crucial. Yeah, I'll find the Minka interception. We'll definitely look at that. Appreciate that, Yusuf. Look at Carlos. Okay, Carlos. Screenplay though, so that ain't really one to really show. Let's look at another one. Let's look at a play where there was like a run stuff. Actually, let's look at him on this play. Let's see if is he in on this play. Let's see. Flip it around. We'll try to identify Carlos. There we go. All right, here we go. Cowboys picked up 20 yards on this play. So let's see what happened. Carlos Davis there. I see him flip-flopping based off of formation. Off of motion. Look at all of this. You got Vinny. See again, the Cowboys just kept running away from our strong side. Stephon Tuitt unable to get there. Man, what happened to Carlos Davis there? Carlos got washed. Look at that. He basically got 3 people on him right there. And then this dude came up and got Bud. Yee. Let's look at another play. 2nd and 10. They got an 8-yard pickup on this play. Let's see what Carlos Davis did there. And I'm sorry, Lanisha and others, man, if Carlos is not in this game. Again, we're doing this on the fly, man. It's hard to key in on 1 or 2 guys there. But he did definitely get on the field. So let's see if we can find that Minka interception really quick. And then I'll come back to you guys again. It was another field goal here. We did pretty good, man, with forcing field goals in this game. I will say that at times. We did a good job with that. Here we go. Minka Fitzpatrick. And in case you guys are wondering, I always say the thumbnails I use have purpose. The reason why I have Anthony McFarland there in the thumbnails, I want to see what we can get going, maybe perhaps against the Bengals. Because Tomlin did say that the reps, the plan they had got cut a little short because of the game circumstance. So I really want to see what we have in store and what we have planned. Okay, Minka, I see you. All right, let's look at this in slow-mo. I know I was running my mouth there. Minka right here, reading action. This is what I want to see him do. He's still kind of reading the quarterback, but he's moving more. And that's all I'm worried about, guys. Y'all hear me say it last week. Minka sometimes seems like he gets caught watching the action where he's just reading the quarterback, which is fine. You're in zone. You're the deep safety. However, I want to see Minka anticipate more. And even if he's reading, show me the action, right? I don't want to just see you stand there. I want to see you reacting to whatever you think you're seeing. He stayed on the move great here. No, you can see his thoughts. Let me back up. Nope. Play action. Okay. Read here. Boom. Back at the quarterback. Oh, I got a man over here. He's looking here. Oh, he's looking back here. Break. And because he read him, he happened to be in the right spot. Let's look at it again. Let's look at that in fast motion. Good things come, man, to those who are active on the football field. Look at that. Split decision, split decision, split decision. Payoff. Only only feedback I have for Minka here, and I said this as much when me and Leonard were watching the game. Ooh, good pressure. I'm going to go back and I want to take a look at that right there. This is the only bit feedback I got for Minka here. Where you going? Minka, look at all them people. Ain't no way you getting past all these folks. Even if Terrell Edmonds makes the block, which I don't like this being called illegal block, blindside. I don't like that, man. They need to take it back to where as long as you're in front of the person. I understand injury risk and all that, but Minka, where you going? You ain't got them type of wheels. Maybe you do, but that could have cost us. What else, guys? Give me maybe one or two more plays to show, man. And I promise, guys, when we come back next Tuesday, man, I'll be more organized. And y'all are welcome to give me your feedback on how this one played out. But give me a couple more plays, guys. Something else you guys want to see. Let me see if anything jumps out at me. I know it's a bunch, man, because we talked about it on Friday. I just don't. You said to get bet for TD. Eric, I don't know what you're saying there, buddy. Look at the long kick return the Cowboys had. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. That had to be after one of our field goals. I don't remember what quarter, but I'm going to look for it. Was it here? That's a touchback. All right, hold on, guys. I'm going to look for it. It's got to be after one of our touchdowns. One of our touchdowns of field goals is where it must have been. 23 yards. Nope, that ain't it. You guys remember what quarter was? Was it this one? Middle, Dallas. Nope, that's a touchback. Do any of you guys remember what quarter that was? That might help me find it. I'm looking, guys. I can't find that thing, though. But I definitely remember it because I was going crazy when it happened. Because that's when they started with that short field. Was that the fourth quarter? Let me see. It might have been the fourth. It was after Juju's touchdown. Because, okay, let me see. Let's look at it. Look for it that way. After Juju's touchdown. You said it was after the Juju touchdown. Okay, let me find it. There's the Ebron touchdown. So let me back it on up. Back it on up. Not that one. Not that one. Might have been a third. I think it was a third. Here we go. Juju Smith-Schuster. So is this the one? Yeah, here we go. Boy, I tell you, y'all be on it, man. Shout outs to Blake and Y Diggy. Y'all be on that thing, boy. Tell you, that's why we family, man. Can't do it without y'all, man. I can't do it without y'all. And it is the fourth quarter. You're absolutely right. Let's take a look. Look at that. Lord. Man, oh, man. And look at this. I don't know if y'all can see this, but watch. You can see a guy right down here stand up and do like this for Dallas. Watch your boy. There he is. All right, so let's take a look at it, guys. Let's see if we can get yeah, here we go. Nice angle for us to share our agony. I'm also going to show the Juju touchdown. I guess we'll end it with that. Look at this, man. All right, so great wall set up here by the Cowboys. So for those of you guys that don't know, this is a right return. Now, most of the time, this is called beforehand. However, on the NFL level, let's see how they lined up. On the NFL level, I've heard that you can adjust this on the fly, right? Because of the way they lined up. So basically, everybody knows if you can see that where the ball is going, I know it's not always likely because, I mean, once the ball is kicked, it'll take a long time to do that. But there is such thing of, you know, adjusting on the fly, or if you are assuming where the ball is going based off of how we're lined up. But I think this was probably, you know, predetermined because even the front guys are all going back to the right. And we kicked it to our left, which is their right. So this was a perfect storm. Look at this. Look, we have, this is a wrap already. Some people would say, no, not necessarily. Yeah. This is a wrap already because all you looking to do is take care of a couple of these guys. This guy is going to run himself out to play because he's basically on the outside gunning or what have you. All you got to do is make some of these guys miss or one of these two guys get blocked because he fell. And that was Ola. It was a wrap from there. Boy kept his feet. And, you know, the kid Pierre got a little wheels on him. He's chasing him, trying to hawk him down. Boswell being smart. And bam. There you have it. There you have it. And that's what happened to us. Just that simple. They got the wall already set, but really it came down to this guy right here. Ola. Watch Ola. You're going to see Ola get clipped here in a minute. Right there. That was key. Ola got clipped, and we had nobody there to fill the void, and he just got punished. Who was that got punished? Who that? Who was it to get double team? I can't see the number. But you see how sometimes, guys, you hear people say one person does not in their spot or gets blocked or whatever. And just, you know, even on the offensive side, you could say if we could just get one block. Sometimes it comes down to that. Because if Ola doesn't fall here, right? If Ola is not pushed into these guys, he's going to feel that. Then you force him to try to bounce it on this side. But he just can't get there. Then this guy gets punished. And it's off to the races. And sometimes that's how it be, man. It's just that simple. Let's take a look at the boy Juju's touchdown, man. And then we'll get up out of here, man. Appreciate you guys coming through tonight, man. Again, man, appreciate you guys willing to throw the audible with me, man. You know, how this one went off cuff, off script, because I didn't watch any film. But we still made it work. I think we still had some fun. Look at that, man. Juju Smith-Schuster. My goodness. Wide open. Let me take a look and see how this developed. And see, this is another thing that kills me, man, is once we start doing this, and I'll say it after the play. Because I love and hate when we go empty. But look at this. That's crazy. See what happened for them? You get two guys that converge underneath. See? Let me back it up a little bit. The crosser draws two people. Then you get Juju on the safety, and then come on. You got him turned around. Look. He get turned around, halfway falling. And it's a wrap from there. And then it's just Juju, all effort. Get off me. Get off me. Get off me. I'm getting into this end zone. Do you understand that? I'm getting into this touchdown. Let's take a look at Juju. Great protection there. Let's watch Juju finish it off here. Bruh, get off me. I see the end zone. That's my home right there. Y'all ain't gonna stop me from getting in there. Y'all keep talking about my boy Juju, man. Y'all keep doing it. I'm gonna let y'all do it. That's my guy. Yeah, yes, I said it. That's my dude. Y'all better stop talking about my man Juju. Let him be whatever, number 1, number 2, number 3, his way. I love Juju. I love what he brings to the team. I love how he's playing this year. I told you he would have bounce back with Ben. And the funny thing is Ben spreading the ball around and Juju's still cooking. Juju's, again, the new Hines Ward. Like Kenyon has said, several of you guys may have said that. The new Hines Ward, man. Let that man do what he do. All right, let me say this really quick, guys. I have a love-hate relationship with the empty. And it's a little biased as far as results driven. It scares me sometimes when we do it against certain teams because I feel like we tip our hand a lot when we're in empty as far as the route combinations we're going to run. And when you're playing certain defenses, you can't just stay in that. However, in this game, I feel like circumstance should dictate it. Circumstance, not just meaning you're behind. I mean, how is it working? It was working great in this game, even early. So I don't understand why we went away from it. Again, like the 3 times we ran right up the middle 3 times in a row. Why did we go away from that? And why did it take us until the second half to finally pull that back out of our pocket? And Ben was cooking. Go look at Ben numbers. Most of y'all probably wouldn't even have imagined that Ben threw for over 300. And ain't do hardly nothing in the first half. I don't understand that about our offense. Whether it's Fietner and or Ben, I don't get it. It's like we will stick with something and stick with something and stick with something and then finally make the adjustment. And then when we make an adjustment and something is working, we seem to go away from it. Now, granted, you can't just stay in the same formation. You can't just stay with the same approach. But I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say. It's weird with our team, man. It seems like we just don't utilize matchups, whether it's on the ground or in the air, consistently, and we don't stick with it. I don't get it. Shout outs to Brent Fox, man. Appreciate that, Brent. Thank you for the donation. I will read your comment. And guys, throw me a few comments here in the comment section. I'll stay here another 2 or 3 minutes and then we'll be out. He says, even though it was an emotional roller coaster of a game, the look on the Cowboys fans' faces at the end is priceless. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. Listen, man, my good father-in-law Leonard, man. I know he he loved it. He hates the Cowboys, and people that he knew from his old job and, people he associates with on Facebook, it's always a Steelers versus Cowboy type thing. So he even said that during the game, we can't lose to the Cowboys. And I know a guy like Stephen A. Smith probably had a good time with that. Again, I was so busy these last 2 days, I didn't even get a chance to see First Take. And that's funny to hear me say that when I'm supposed to be working anyway, right? I said I didn't get a chance to see First Take. How does that work? But yeah, I ain't even get to see what Stephen A. said, man. He's always funny when he's trolling the Cowboys. What y'all got? Let's read a few. Rajon39 says, with quarterback coach, I thought I would see some improvements, but the small sample size still looks the same. Yeah, pretty much. I don't think our play calling and such has evolved since the few sprinkles that we saw early on, but sometimes, I can't believe I'm saying this, sometimes less is more. We seem to be effective with what we're doing, and maybe there's still some things we could pull out of our pocket when we're going to need it, but we'll see. But great point. Jacob Perkins says, Claypool made a TikTok after the game with Juju. I know this is ridiculous and holds no weight. I already know where you're going. But he talked about how well the offense played with Ben calling the plays. Yeah, because I saw that, so I knew where you were going. I mean, it's funny because we hear this a lot. We have heard this a lot of times in games where they said when Ben Roethlisberger was running the show, kind of the muddle huddle, up tempo a little bit. And we know this to be true. We know this to be true. We've seen it several times. I don't know, man. I don't know if the game plan is let's try this first and then try that next, or if it's a takeover situation during the game. I don't know, man. But again, it still kills me at the fact that we just take so long to get going. Yusuf says Stephen A is a fake fan. Yeah, I don't care about none of that, man. Whether he a real Steelers fan or not. I just like, he cracks me up how he gets at the Cowboy fans. Darius Dill says, Sim, why do you think our run blocking isn't good? Don't know, man. Could be players. I know some people are going to say Munchak, and there could be some weight to that. But also, again, let's not forget, folks, for 4 games this season, we had 100-yard rushing. So is it that it's not good? Is it that we're seeing better competition? Is it the players? I mean, a couple of you guys mentioned it as well. One of the callers said it the other day when the boy Dotson was out there. And that's not to take anything away from, DeCastro. Not saying that DeCastro isn't holding his weight. But I don't know. Maybe we need to figure out a way to have Dotson and DeCastro on the field. Let Dotson run left guard or something. I don't know. I'm just saying. Could be a number of things. Let's see. Crazy Dean says, maybe Fichtner needs to just give Ben the go-to call plays early, then go back to him later on the play calls. I don't disagree with that, not one bit. Jason Winningham says, we need some power run formations in our offense. I absolutely agree with that, sir. I don't understand, Jason, why we don't. Why don't we utilize, the beef, if you will. Even when Rosie was there, we stopped doing that. And with Derek Watt, when he was healthy, we didn't see it a ton. I don't know, man. It's the times that you are, tell me if y'all feel the same way, Steelers fans. The times when you want us to be predictable and old school Steeler, they don't do it. The 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1s, 4th and 1. I want you to line up mano-a-mano, beef on beef, and get that yard. If you ain't going to sneak it, hand it off to the big boy behind you with a big boy in front of him. Why we don't do that, I have zero idea. I have no ideas. Don't get it. All right, we'll read it one more, man. Neil Andrews says Brady got crushed. Mahomes struggled, but still, you say ain't worth nothing in their eyes. I like how they keep downing the Steelers. Yeah, I love that too, man. I do love that. Let's be the underdog. No problem. I'll be an underdog at 8-0. No problem. He says, Ronald Smith says, Aliquipper, they need to better use the clock. They wait till the end and start doing dumb stuff. Okay. I think we all can agree clock management definitely has not been our strong suit during the Tomlin regime. My good buddy Kenya, man, let's read what Kenya said. Kenya says, look, when the Steelers are down, they are going to go empty sets. Yep. Watch the game. They have done that the last 3 weeks. Become we have been training. Yeah. Because we have been, and again, that's the thing. And Kenya knows this as well as I do. It's a love-hate relationship with me with the empty. It's just sometimes I feel like against certain defenses, they've been able to read it. But it definitely seems like Ben is a sharpshooter from it. So when it's on, and again, guys, you come into every game with a plan. If the plan is working, stick with it. I'm never opposed to running the same play at such and such and such. Never. But I don't get why sometimes we stick to something that's not working, and when something does work, we back off of it. I'm like, what are we doing here? Or we go conservative, and it's weird. But anyway, guys, that is my time, man. I'm going to head out. I appreciate you guys coming through tonight and running that audible with me. I hope it was as entertaining as you guys say it is any other time. So hopefully that still held true tonight. Before I go, I'm going to remind you to do that. Subscribe if you haven't. Click on the notifications so you know when we're streaming or when there's any type of video. And do this. Thumbs up. Please, thumbs up. You guys have been doing a great job with that. But I just always got to remind you, man, help me out. That's the least you can do. And thank you to those who've donated here tonight. Thank you for those who donate offline, which they use PayPal or Cash App. If you would like to be one of those folks, hey, thank you in advance. The information is in the description. Outside of that, I hope everyone has a great night. Be safe, be responsible. And to you gamers, One other side note, let me throw this out there. And guys, send me your replies in an email because I'm not going to be able to see them here because I'm going to hang up right after this. For you gamers, if you're into the next gen gaming, I hope you guys got your Xbox Series X today or your Xbox Series S. Hope you guys can get a PS5 come Thursday. I'm still going to be one of those people trying to get one. I will say this again. If anybody has a plug, anybody has an extra one that you wouldn't mind selling it to me, hit me up. SimFBallCritic@gmail.com because, man, I need my PS5. What I do actually have and what I did cop is I do have an Xbox Series S. S, not X, not the big boy. I did get the digital version. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep it or not. I did a poll on Twitter. Some people say, yes, keep it. Gave me some good reasoning behind it. And others said, no, go ahead and sell it. And the funny thing is, I've seen people sell that one. I saw one today listed for $800. That's crazy. It's $299, folks. So I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I might just, me being a YouTuber and stuff like that, it might be advantageous for me to have both consoles and to get the Xbox for $299. That's a really very economic, way to do that. And PS5 is going to be my main baby, but it's one of those things where I don't have a PS5 right now. So maybe I would feel a little better if I have something, a new toy to play with until I can get one. Hopefully I can get one, man, on launch day. I'm going to try my best. I know Walmart is doing it 4 times a day, so we'll see. But other than that, guys, that's all I got. All right, but like I said, if anybody knows anything, hit me up on Twitter, DM, or send me an email to SimFBallCritic@gmail.com. All right, outside of that, man, hope you guys enjoy yourselves. Be safe. Thanks for coming through. God bless. Good night. And again, thank you for tuning in to Terrible Towel Tuesday. Oh, there will be a pregame show this week. I got you.